The following episode is dedicated to our loyal listeners in Tiddyho, North Hampshire, England.
Hello. And welcome to Turnstyle Records Presents Microsodes.
Microsode.
Yes, a short, compressed version of kind of what we're already doing.
Mm-hmm.
But
Just the two of us.
well, it's just the two of us.
Mm.
There's no third wheel.
No, it's
Third leg?
It's
Third
never
leg's something different.
Yeah, that's a tripod. It's never a third wheel. It's our hosts and are always wanted and needed.
Well, yeah, but not available.
That's right.
So, if they're not available, we might just throw together a quick 30-minute kind of format, a catch-up or a regular segment sort of thing.
Is to build up the content.
I mean, I know because we've already talked about it.
And I'm here. Yeah, that's right. I'm here recording it, so I know what's going on.
It could be stuff that's happening in around us or in and around Melbourne.
Yes, Melbourne-centric.
Melbourne-centric. We've got... there's a few Melbourne myths we might cover throughout.
Yes.
Which could turn into other myths.
Yeah, once we run out of Melbourne
myths. I think
myths.
we'll run out.
Can't be that many.
Yeah. But basically, it's the extra stuff. So when we do really must-goes and little sound clips and stuff that are done out of the studio, they might qualify as a microsode.
Yes.
Hence the different music at the start. So
There you go.
if you feel implied to skip the 30-minute ones with that particular intro, so be it.
Go for it.
Yeah, feel free. Yep, we might chuck a song in there or two.
Yeah.
Yeah,
A few
regular.
beats.
Yeah, you never know. So,
That sounds good. I'm
all
looking
right,
forward to it.
Let's launch into it. Here we go.
Let's go.
So, Melbourne myths.
Yes.
With a bit of spooky music under there.
It's creepy.
It makes it more not mythological because that's
That's like your...
it's like half man, half horse.
Yes.
Not saying which half. But this week I have, it starts off with, it's a fact.
Oh, it's a fact.
Well, it says that. But the legend goes thusly. Vic Market was built on a cemetery and 1,000 bodies were buried underneath.
1,000.
Oh, no, sorry. Let's start that again.
Yes.
Vic Market was built on a cemetery and thousands of bodies are underneath.
Oh.
Well, it says fact.
Okay.
So
So it was
let's-
a cemetery at some stage.
So should we just go into it so that people can judge for themselves whether there's thousands?
Well, we don't know. I mean, the record keeping back then, I'm guessing, wasn't tip top.
Well, it's a fact. Queen Victoria Market was built on the site of the old Melbourne Cemetery, OMC.
Yeah.
Hashtag OMC.
Yeah.
Which contained the bodies of up to 10,000 early Victorian settlers.
So why didn't they just say that right from the giddy up?
So
instead of saying thousands, why didn't they just say at least 10,000?
well, I asked you the question: Victorian settlers. Is it a coincidence that it's Victoria, or are they from the Victorian era? When was that?
Yes. Geez, I'll just have to back myself on that one too.
Yeah, that's another myth. for another
I
time.
definitely know it was a smellier time with a lot more
yeah.
clothes and,
a lot-
pomp and circumstance.
Yes, and a lot more alleys so that they could collect the poo trays from the portable dunnies.
Yes, that's right. And they would shout "Gardy Lou" when they were throwing their
Cardi Lou.
Gardy Lou is a word of the week, maybe.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
And when you filled up your little night chamber, your night pot,
Oh,
and then you just in the
Gardy
morning,
Lou.
Gardy Lou. But the Gardy Lou is a warning for people below.
Oh, if he's
This is what-
collecting.
If you hear Gardy Lou, take cover.
Okay. Or should he say Gardy Lou if he's there? Gardy Lou. Gardy Lou.
It's like calling out four at golf. When you hit
Okay.
a ball and it's going to maybe hit someone. You say,
Yeah.
Four. But this is-
Yeah, which you should say before it hits you, not when it hits you. They go, oh, 4.
Yeah.
Yeah. But the bodies underneath the Victorian what do you call it? The
OCM.
markets. The market, the Vic
Yes.
markets right there, which we've been to 1,000 times, all of us, has the body of prominent Victorians such as John Batman.
Oh, he was
and
a piece of shit.
Okay, well, he ended up being similar to a piece of shit. So it would have been, what, 100 years? When did we get here?
200 odd.
Okay, don't answer that. So a lot of the bodies got moved, but
the good bodies, like the Batmans.
You got your Batmans. You got your what's another one of the streets?
Bly, Joe Bly. Oh no.
Okay,
that's not
I'm
him.
going to stop throwing things at you. But many of the colonial remains remain.
Oh no.
So does that make it haunted?
Maybe the fish part is of the market.
Oh, it's
The market's pretty big, so.
So what do you think it's their haunting would be localized to where the bodies were, or would it be like a general haunting of the entire market? Like once the market's there, it's like, okay, well, I've got more area to haunt now.
Well, it depends on how you feel about ghosts when they come back to do the haunting. See, I think you only come back as a ghost if you've got, say, unfinished business.
Okay.
You've died in some sort of murderous back alleyway after a pot of Gardy Lou hit you.
A Gardy Lou, yeah.
Right, that's unfinished
From a Gardy
business.
Lou. Well,
then you
maybe,
come back to haunt.
Maybe before they came up with Gardy Lou, then there's people that have died from it, hence creating Gardy Lou to stop.
It all checks out. It all checks out, dude. So it's still haunted. There's still bodies in there.
All I'm saying is it haunted, and like, okay, so early Victorian, you got your pompadours, you got your vests, you got your knickerbockers.
You got some sort of a hat on.
Always got a hat. You haunt in what you wear, right?
Yeah, you don't come back in now clothes.
Well, I'm glad we didn't die the other week when we went to 2 costume parties.
Oh, that's right.
And would we be trapped in 1970s disco, 1920s?
I think you come back as, say, whatever your trade is. Let's just say you die as a painter. Mm-hmm. You're coming back in that gear. You're not your suit, not your funeral suit. You're coming back as the painter. So you can say this church is haunted by a painter. An old lady wearing a ring of basket around of roses.
You've got your... Yeah,
it's work-related is what I'm trying to say.
Riddle me this. In 100 years' time, are we going to have ghosts with Toyota T-shirts on?
And neck tattoos.
Are we?
I don't know.
If we're following the theory of how ghosts return and
are we making new ghosts? Is what you're
saying? Are we making this up?
That's right. How do you feel about ghosts? Are you afraid of no ghosts? Or
no. Well, I pose this to you: if you don't believe in ghosts, then spend a night in a spooky place.
Yeah.
What are you scared of?
It's true.
Some
places it's palpable, isn't it? The creepiness.
Like cemeteries.
Well, I'll put it back to you. Are you still going to buy your fish and veggies from Vic Market now that you know it's haunted?
Well, I hadn't before, so now's a good time to start, I think. But there you go. So, well, proven as a fact, but sort of like a mythological Melbourne story.
So that's the first Melbourne myth.
Myth. And or
fact.
Myth and or legend.
Yeah.
And or fact.
And now a reading from my diary. I was up in my crawl space just this afternoon, and I thought, what can I bring to the pod? And I found this diary from 1994.
Oh, yeah. Hey. Do you know, like, can I just, before you continue with reading from that diary, I'll issue with this warning that I found a box of letters that I sent to Vanessa when I was 16.
Rough.
So how old do you reckon you were?
I think I'm about 78, 79, 80, 81, like 14.
Okay,
14 something like
so about the same age.
14, 15, yeah.
And the result of mine were that they were the moronic scratchings of a stupid head.
Fucking loser.
So I put the box, I didn't throw it out, but it was a real insight to where I came from, and I didn't like what I saw.
Yeah, and I found also in the crawl space the scratchings of a madman from my Europe trip it was 2001, so I was 21, 22.
Okay.
And it's unbearable.
So maybe we can start when you're
unbearable.
16 and then we'll work up to 22.
And
Can you just describe to me what's on the first page of the inside of your diary?
Yeah, I guess so. There's a cutout Nazi swastika.
Yep.
And it says above that, do not read this diary, or... and then it just points
And
down
then it points down to the swastika.
But then it says, in a classic 1990s
Catchphrase.
Not.
Okay. So you are encouraging people to read the diary. Why don't you...
We're just going to leave it all out on the table, Tim.
And we've got underneath us right now, we've got the theme music to Wonder Years.
Sure do.
Because aren't they all Wonder Years?
Well, this certainly was. Now, this one's from Saturday the 1st of January, 1994.
Oh, jeez.
So, obviously, we'd been out the night before.
Okay.
Woke up at 1:30 p.m. after last night's party. It was called Rave. And it was held in a huge warehouse. Techno the whole night. It was really crazy. There was about 2,000 people there. Most of them, I would say, were on speed, acid, or mull.
Or mull.
Got home at about 5:30 a.m. Mum and Dad were cut. I got up and went to Phil's. He lives up the road. Got a Super NES and played it for a while. It is now 3:10 a.m. and I'm back at Phil's because I couldn't sleep, so I went back up there. 1 month of holidays left. Everything's all right.
Did you actually write that? Everything's all right.
I sure did.
Wow. It's just as humiliating as my box in the roof.
And there's plenty more of these to come.
Okay,
in
so
next
yeah,
week's edition.
excellent. All right, well, I'm looking forward to another edition of JezBots Diary. What's the date again? Circa 1990?
1994.
1994. Wow, just before the internet, folks.
Yes.
For many things.
Thank God there wasn't Twitter and stuff back then.
Well, there was, because you were twittering inside of a diary.
Yeah, but this has stayed up in my crawl space and no one has access to it.
Yeah, okay. All right. I think
I choose what to read.
I think you need to wipe your crawl space. Rave.
Calling all tradies, we've got circular saws, nail guns, shovels, pickaxes, and strippers.
Hang on a sec, did he say strippers? Rewind the tape.
Shovels, pickaxes, and strippers.
Did he say strippers?
That's right, Dazza. Strippers. At Tools Down Hardware Warehouse, we put together the one-stop shop for the Aussie tradie, where you can buy all the tools you need, plus head out the back and see our sexy Tools Down girls strip right down to their nail bags. Drink yourself stupid in our fully licensed Tools Down Strip Club sports bar.
I'm so fucking there.
MMA all day on our giant sports flat screens.
This is fucking great, but I better get back to work before me boss finds out.
You'll be right, Dazza. I'm right here with you, mate.
Oh, Nick, you prick. All right, let's party. So spend your smoko at Tools Down Warehouse, 333 Bogan Avenue, Factory Heights, Sunshine.
G'day and welcome to the inaugural episode of Turnstyle Records Presents SeanEnough Does Stuff. I don't do much, but when I do, I record it. On this episode, we're visiting the Royal Melbourne Show, where we find free stuff, educational experiences, good times, and what could prove to be the holy grail of food groups. Have you heard about the Royal Melbourne Show? You really must go.
Welcome here to Turnstyle Records Presents the Escape Pods. We're at Royal Melbourne Show, you really must go. We've just pulled in the gate and needless to say, I've had to pull out the microphone because I'm a little bit excited. There's guys with shiny wands waving us in and they look qualified for the job. Lots of dark shades, fingerless gloves and walkie-talkies. And they've got us in quite efficiently. Everybody's found their car park. No dilly-dallying. $25 entry on the gate.
Royal Melbourne Show. From September 22nd to October 2nd. Unforgettable.
Heavy security here at the Royal Melbourne Show. It's just going through our first security checkpoint where they go check your bags for, I don't know what they're checking for. Bombs, paraphernalia, alcohol, extra sandwiches. I'm not too sure. Luckily I don't have a bag. Usually these sort of places make me nervous. Not sure if we're trying to get into the Royal Melbourne Show or trying to leave the country. Can we take a wrong turn somewhere? We're in, immediately confronted by a Smooth FM promotional booth. Pony rides Australian Outback, fishing fun, get your rubber duckies. And of course the classic, the old classic, the clown mouth with the ping pong balls. $5 a game, everybody wins. There's some hot jam donuts. I'll tell you what, I'm happy. Oh, there's miniature ponies. I'm happy as a miniature pony out of its pen.
Well, there you have it. That was just as good as being there. If you'd like more immersive experiences just like this, be sure to subscribe to Turnstyle Records Presents The Escape Pods so you don't miss any more installments.
This week's Of the Week
Yes.
is a story that happened in the news.
A local story?
Local story. So
Very good. Let's keep it local.
similar to the area that I live in is another area,
It's
which
another
is
suburb.
very close to my area.
So you're just trying to draw a map of where we live. And
Yeah, I am over the course of all these minisodes, microsodes.
Microsodes.
Yep, microsodes. So basically, a 70-year-old father has become quite disgruntled with the 30-year-old son that's living in the house.
I wonder why.
With the child. I don't know if he's been there the whole time.
But he's there now, so he might have come back after he's had his daughter or whatever.
But me and Dad, we don't really get along.
We don't see eye to eye.
Anyway, it came to a head the other day when there was a discrepancy over how an omelette was cooked.
Okay.
And as a result, the father shot the 30-year-old son.
Right. So we were joking around, but it's quite serious.
But it's quite serious. No, but it just made me think of what my of the week is this week.
Yeah.
And that is that I don't think he cooked the omelette correctly.
He's saying it's a recipe.
Well, it's a recipe for disaster. See what I did there? But
Did he burn the omelette or?
Look, I haven't got all the details. If you want to check the details,
Fact yourself.
There is a little thing called the internet,
Yes.
so you can do that. What I believe is that the omelette wasn't cooked properly. So what I used to do was.
So this is your tip. This is the week.
This is my tip.
This is how not to get murdered by your dad.
Yeah, because
when cooking an omelette.
When cooking an omelette, cook your omelettes properly. I get a particular brand of Thins crisps, chips.
Chips, is it? Yeah.
And while you cook your omelette, just before you do the flippity stick, you chuck a couple of Thins plain chips inside of there for a crunch, so it doesn't overpower the flavour. Doesn't work
so it's
with
not
barbecue.
in there right from the start.
No. It's an in between thought.
Right.
Just before you flippity stick.
It's mostly cooked through.
Yeah, mostly. Oh, yeah. No, I would say 98% cooked through. You just got to do the flippity stick.
Yeah.
Try that. That's my.
Is that how you don't get murdered by your dad?
Well, he should have chucked some chips in there. You know,
because then the dad would have gone. Hey, son,
what have you done here? What have you done?
I've made an omelette, Dad. Well, what have you done to it? I've put some chips in it.
Thins crisps.
Yeah.
Now,
are you the cheesy type of dude? Like you put cheese in an omelette?
Not if I'm putting chips in it. So it's just chips, similar to my chip sandwich mentioned on the Escape Pods.
Could you put a chip in there that had a cheese flavour?
No, I don't think you can do flavours because it overpowers. Like you've got the egg. The eggs. Does egg have a flavour?
Yeah, it tastes like eggs.
Right? Yeah, that checks out.
Yeah.
So
you just do a plain omelette.
Look, I haven't done it for about 20 years. What my hot tip is I got back from Thailand. You really must go. And we had a egg chef cooking up all of our breakfast
for the breakfast.
Yeah, they had a
buffet.
station. They had a station there. She did have a big one of those tubs that you get from Bunno's.
Yeah,
with the handles on them.
Yeah,
that was full of egg goods. So I don't know. I don't know what their ratio mix is. Are they doing water? Are they doing milk? Or are they just doing straight up egg? So I don't really know the mix.
Because you do put a splash of milk in with an omelette, or is that scrambled eggs?
Scrambled eggs,
okay.
I believe. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes. So
That's what I've been doing wrong.
Yeah, you've been
Always
making
comes
omelette.
out scrambled.
Scrambling an omelette. Yeah, all the other way
I
around.
don't like it.
So she was using this micro pan,
Right.
right?
And
when I got back from Thailand, Vanessa bought me one.
Oh, because they do.
And it's got that.
They do that.
They
don't
do that. They do
At
that.
the egg station, it's a smaller pan.
Hot.
Yeah, heat coming off it.
Yeah.
The chef sweating.
So I was fantasizing while I was in Thailand. This is what sparked my memory of the chip omelette. Was when she said, "What do you want in it?" Like she could do the bacon bits and the whatnots and the cheese,
onions.
if you please.
Yeah.
But I was thinking right then, got any Thins crisps? But that's my hot tip. Try it out.
Let's try that out.
And I got the pan, and the pan's good for the flipping action.
Yes.
So when you're doing that flip.
The hot tip is get yourself a decent pan, an omelette pan, a smaller pan.
Yeah.
Get yourself
a man's pan.
Get yourself a bucket. Fill it with eggs.
Right up to the top.
Whip that up.
Put some chips in it. Yeah.
Okay, well, that's
a
one
good tip.
to try out.
All right, try it out. You should try it out.
I will.
Do.
Well, everything must come to an end, Tim.
Yep, even this Microsode.
Yes, called the STEEZ.
Yep, and tune into our regular show, Turnstyle Records presents The Escape Pods. I'm Timmy Taco.
I'm JezBot. Thank you for listening.
Goodbye.
Subjective state that you think you're in is not reliable and it doesn't matter. And I know that that sounds like an outlandish claim to some of you, but nonetheless it is true. People see me up here teaching and say, well, it's easy for him to say this, everything's going just fine for him. But I'll tell you that for the first 30 years of my life, things were not going very well at all. And I was angry all the time. I had a lot of serious problems. Tried everything that came around for 20-some years with very little results. But finally, when I started using, things started to really change. Questions. What is the meaning of life? Why are we here? What is reality? What's it all about? What is the meaning of life? Why are we here? What is reality? What's it all about? That I don't know. And I will refer back to this a number of times. And I think by the time we're finished, you'll see how all of this fits together.
People that are having hallucinations are making lots of the waves.
Waveform, brain waves, wave pattern. There's nothing wrong with beta waves.
It seems very real to them, but their mind is creating these visionary things. Is this a dream? Is this a dream? Is this really?
Yes, it should be just fine. It should be just fine. You could get to a point where it is pushing you enough that you really kicking a lot. Get me out of this. I don't like this anymore. When things are the way they are, they're going to be the way they are. You've got something that's happening and you have no control over it whatsoever. What is the meaning of life? Why are we here? What is reality? What's it all about? What is the meaning of life? Why are we here? What is reality? What's it all about? That I don't know. So anyway, here we are, and you've really learned quite a bit. It's the whole idea of chaos, reorganization, welcoming the chaos because it's a natural process. What is reality? What's it all about? That I don't know.
Is this a dream? Is this a dream? Is this really happening?